We are hearing from the mother of a homicide victim tonight, as well as getting new details about the suspect.
Police say they arrested 33-year-old Michael Ralston. This is all in connection to the stabbing death of a woman with intellectual disabilities. Fox 5's Joe Veal spoke to Felicia's mother and just got a look at the new arrest report on Ralston.
Yeah, that's right. The victim's mother tells me her daughter was in love with the suspect, but doesn't believe Michael Ralston felt the same way. In fact, she believes he took advantage of Smith's mental disability and only wanted her for sex. Felicia Smith's mother describes her as having a heart of gold. She was part of transition services for a while, which helps people with intellectual disabilities. Smith was a longtime Vons employee working as a courtesy clerk. I'm told she helped with bagging groceries, worked in the flower shop sometimes, and gathered shopping carts for a while. And while her mother says she had some disabilities, she was independent, kept that job at Vons, and had her own place to stay, all before being stabbed to death in her own home.
We are extremely happy that this guy, Michael Ralston, was captured because we had so many run-in with him, and he was extremely arrogant. And I was so happy that my daughter stopped seeing him like a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years. But we knew it was him the minute I found her.
Yeah, tough to imagine finding your own child deceased. Now, Frazier says Ralston broke up with Smith. He moved to California and later made contact with Smith through a relative when he moved back here to Las Vegas. Now, Metro Police documents indicate video surveillance on the day of the killing showed a man at Smith's apartment complex with the same likeness as Ralston. During a search of Smith's apartment after she was discovered, police say they got some fingerprints from the scene and could not find Smith's cell phone, wallet, and some cash. A GoFundMe is now set up. Back to you.